All right, the Washington Commanders get a 7th-round steal. Man, if you're new to the channel, we're Detroit Lions fans, but this channel fully dedicated to teams that just kind of get overlooked by the national media, and we've been talking about a handful of teams on this channel, but one of the teams that we focus on is the Commanders, and it's been fun this offseason kind of seeing what you're doing, and it all really makes sense, and I don't know if I'm, like, excited. I'm not excited about it. I don't like it, but it's kind of like, man, I respect it. So here we go. Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt, Arizona running back. Really interesting background. He's got a lot of things going on, but I think that's what makes him so interesting and such a good steal is, first of all, look at his RAS score. So his RAS score is going to give you a quick snapshot of his abilities and just kind of his athletic profile, and 40-yard dash, 20 and 10-yard dash, all elite, explosive grade elite. They don't love his height, his weight, his bench is all like, meh. And his agility grade is actually poor. But even with all that said, he's at 8.29, which is really good. So here's the thing about this guy. Let me just give you a quick rundown on why this is kind of interesting. Is because he has had multiple stints with, he's 5'10", 206. He started at Alabama State, then went to New Mexico, then went to Arizona. And at New Mexico in 2023 was when he was really, really good. Then he transfers to Arizona, but he can't play because he had this eligibility issue when he was at Alabama State about discrepancies in his records for NCAA, whether he participated in games or didn't. Don't know the full story. Kind of a weird one. But I love to hear that, and I know that sounds weird, but the reason is if he played every game and is just kind of like, you kind of know what their ceiling is. If it's like he played every game, this is where he's at. But it's like, no, he didn't play. He bounced around. There's this kind of what if, right? And that's kind of how he fell all the way to the 7th round. I think if he plays, he's consistent, he's in there, doesn't have the eligibility issues, then all of a sudden you've got this guy that's taken in the 3rd, 4th round. But instead, there's these little oddities that kind of push him back. You grab him in the 7th round. That's what I'm talking about. Because remember, 7th round, you're taking a little bit of a flyer on a guy, but that's why they're 7th rounders. And so if you can find them, it's like, let's go. So you can see, I mean, he's got the explosiveness. He's got the ability to move. To grab someone like this in the 7th round is perfect. You see the speed, the vision. This next one's really good here, right here, just in a phone booth. Whoop, whack, whoop, beep. And you'd pick up 10 yards when you were supposed to get 0. That's crazy. And running back, the reason you'd bring up like a 7th round running back is because that's the position. That's one of the positions that you get banged up a lot, and it feels like you can transfer it into the NFL quicker than other positions. It's an instinct deal. You get the ball, and it's like, I just don't want to get hit, and I got to find a way to get out of here. That's kind of what. So it can translate easier than other positions, and again, you're going to have probably more opportunities just because running back's the only position still in the NFL where you can just fully tee off on them. There's no rules, and guys can get injured, the whole thing. So I like this. You got to keep an eye on it. Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt. Interesting. Keep an eye on it. Also, let me know in the comments your overall thought on this draft. Again, tackle from Oregon you get in the first pick. Trey Amos, Ole Miss, I think was the pick. That was the one for you guys that was like, yep, okay. Anything we do from here on is pretty gravy. Jalen Lane, wide receiver from Virginia Tech, who's, just speed, versatility. He's undersized, but his quickness, he's got punt return ability. He's going to be just fine. And then Kane Medrano, linebacker out of UCLA. He was the fastest linebacker at the NFL Combine, so he has athleticism and leadership. He's a 6-year senior, captain at UCLA. That one's, should have done a video on that guy. Talk about value. Let's talk about him for just a second. Hogs Heaven was reporting on this that he should make an immediate impact. So here's a 6th-round pick. 6th-round pick, fastest guy, fastest linebacker at the Combine, captain, 6-year senior at UCLA, immediately provides depth and a special teams player and a 6th-round pick, right? If you're a 1st-round pick and it's like, oh, he's going to be a special teams player, no one cares. But if you're a 6th-round pick, that's awesome. So if I'm a Commanders fan, I kind of look at the offseason as a whole now. It's still not done, and there's going to be probably some things done, but for the most part, it's done here. And there's some undrafted free agents being added. But for the most part, you can look at your draft now, your offseason, and be like, I'm just happy that we have a general manager and owner that get it. I think that's probably what I'm most happy about. Yeah, short term, you're happy with the players that you got, but long term, you can look at the vision and just getting it that, hey, we need to be aggressive because we've got clearly a great quarterback on a really good deal, of course. And so let's be aggressive and take some big swings. I think, and the other side of it that we're forgetting about is that you have a head coach that you can you don't have to, how am I saying this? You've got a head coach that gets lost in all this because it's off-season stuff. We're looking at Adam Peters, great job. But the coach makes it where it's like, hey, we can have confidence in bringing in guys. We know the guys we want to bring in. There's a direction. There's a vision. It's crazy. Dan Campbell, Dan Quinn, they've got visions and things that they want to do in the culture. And, again, I always thought the culture thing was just, I don't know. That's just a fun word to say, but what does it really mean? And it's like, no, it's actually a thing. You see it with teams that have cultures. I think that was it. We didn't have a culture in Detroit, so I'm like, what? Stupid. What's culture? And then you actually get to see one, and you're like, oh, that's it. Now I see what we're doing. So it's pretty cool. And also, you bring in guys. My partner made this point, and I think he's spot on with this because the Lions are doing it. The Commanders are doing it. You don't bring guys in and say, well, our culture will put them in line. You bring guys in that are going to only enhance your culture. I think that's what you did this week, this whole offseason. Even Debo, it's like, dude, just you're at the end of your career. Fall in line here and let's win games. I think he's fine. All right. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Again, what do you like about this draft? Your 2nd-round pick for me is the headliner in Trey Amos. And again, not just him, but now what he rounds out your whole secondary. Lattimore. Yeah, and Sanders still is like that's different. That's big time. You can go toe-to-toe with a team like the Lions. Obviously, you did. We don't need to bring that up. Of course, we know that. But I'm saying now you got a chance. You can Amon-Ra St. Brown and J-Mo where you're just, yeah, let's go. Gives you a great opportunity to go up against some teams that have elite wide receivers and things like that. So let me know your thoughts in the comments. Make sure you subscribe, and we'll see all of you on the next one.